As he sat down at the bar drinking himself to stupor just to forget what he had just witnessed, he laid his eyes on Ellie. Immediately he saw Ellie. He forgot what actually brought him to Cheetahs and his eyes were glued on her. He watched the way she twisted her body as she held the pole, and he could not help but fall in love with every of her single movement. He watched as she moved with her hair cascaded in soft waves down her back. As Ellie danced on the dance floor, her body flew with the music with every of her movement, a symphony of grace and rhythm. He was mesmerized with the way she moved with confidence that was both alluring and intoxicating, drawing him in just like a moth to a flame. As she danced, her eyes were closed, which showed she was lost in the music, and she seemed to be in her own world. Edward couldn't take his eyes off her. She was like a goddess, a vision of beauty and grace that captivated him completely. He felt the urge to join her on the dance floor, and so he did. As he held her and their bodies moved in sync to the rhythm, he felt the music pulsing through his veins as he moved with her in perfect harmony. As he held her in his arms, he felt some kind of peace and solace in his heart, making him forget the betrayal he had just gotten from his wife and best friend. He felt like he was at home, and he felt like sometimes home is a person. All he wanted at that moment was to continue being in that position of embrace, and he was so mesmerized with the moment that he didn't notice the music had stopped. "Excuse me, sir. Can you please let go of me? I have to be on my way home," Ellie had said in a soft manner, bringing Edward back to reality. Her voice was so gentle and sweet. She seems polite and respectful, Edward had thought. Edward didn't know what to say as he was still admiring Ellie's features. As Ellie turned to leave, Edward's gaze followed her and he kept on looking at her. As he watched her leave, he knew immediately that the only thing he wanted that night was to be in Ellie's embrace. Walking up to Ellie and hugging her from behind, Edward said, "Hello, beauty. Would you like to be my bedmate tonight?" "With pleasure," Ellie murmured with a smirk on her face and locking her lips with that of Edward. Their love story began after spending the night in each other's embrace.